What's going on, sugar makers? Just another day in July, hot, sticky day in the woods here. Put in some drops, trying to finish up this build. It's like 3,800 taps total. It's a rebuild. Just want to talk real quick about how I carry drops. Everybody does it different. I've tried many different methods, a lot of different ways, and this is the best way that I've come up with. I've been carrying them like this for, I don't know, 6-7 years now probably. Just 2 milk crates, and they're hooked together with some clamps. Pretty simple. You can grab the center, carry it by the center. You know, the way we tube now with the block tees, I got red block tees for the end, and then the black tees. You know, you need to have both of them with you all the time. It's really it's the best way that I've found to do it. If you try to just do the black and then go back and do the blocked later, you have a tendency to miss the ends. You know, because the ends don't always go the same location. You know, sometimes they're shorter or longer or whatever. So I found that didn't work very well. So I just carry them with me at all times, the same amount all times, 100 in each box, and go from there. Even changing drops, when I'm changing out old drops, I do it this way, and I put the used ones into the bucket, and as I go along down the main line, I just drop them off at, you know, 25 or 30 or 40, 50 of them intervals, and then I just walk back down the main line and pick up the used ones. Like I said, everybody does it different. I was just showing you the way I do it. It can be a little bit cumbersome when you're in a high brushy area. You know, those darn tees, the little edges of them there, they get caught on everything, and sometimes they try to pull out there, but it's not that bad. Now these are 40-inch in length. I'm really happy with the 40-inch length. If you were with a little bit shorter length, you know, 36, or even, I know some guys are using 24 still, that would work even better in these crates. But that's how we do it here at PVF Maple. And like I said, I'm getting there. It's been a one-man band here, ripping it all out and putting in the new. Cut down the brush as well. So it's been a long summer. I started this basically the day after sugaring stopped. I got my taps pulled and then started ripping out the tubing. So I've been working on this since basically the end of April, and we're almost done. Just about 5 days a week here, you know, 8-9 hours a day. So it's a lot of work to sugar, no doubt. But hopefully the hard work pays off with some good flow this year and a lot less leaks to deal with. The system was 16, 18 years old, some of it. So hoping for big things here. Thanks. Afternoon, sugar makers, YouTube watchers, do-it-yourselfers, farmers, whatever you are. So I talk about efficiency sometimes and being efficient with your time and definitely your money. You know, there's many ways to be efficient with electricity, energy, whatever it is. Just want to show you what we did this summer to be a little more efficient with our money and time. You know, big stainless tanks are expensive, and even though I sell them from H2O Innovations, they are a very high quality product. They don't always work for the situation. Now our situation here at our sugar house, we're a little bit pressed for space on the hillside, in the brook and all that. I don't have a lot of room to build a big building to put open top stainless tank in. So we purchased these plastic tanks. See here? They were used. We cleaned them thoroughly with some RO safe chemicals, and these tanks are gonna house permeate water from our RO, and you can never have too much of that. So they're 4,200 or 4,400 gallons a piece. I'm not sure which, 42 or 4,400. So, you know, we'll have roughly over 8,000 gallons of storage. Now, if you look on this tank here, you see that goofy piece of plastic up there. So these tanks each had holes cut in them. What for, I don't know. I don't know why the holes were cut in there, but there was some holes cut in them a specific way. And that's why we got them so cheap. When I say cheap, I mean we got them both for under $1,000. Now, granted, there's a hole in the top, but they didn't leak. You know, the bottoms didn't leak. just a hole in the top. So we got some other plastics and we sealed the hole up, and good enough. That's all we need. It's all sealed up. So yeah, so this whole setup here, we got, I'll show you real quick. I got the sun here. Okay. So you got some railroad tie mats that we made, like the same type of mats you'd use for a skidder or a heavy truck out in a wet area. And we'll call this one over here tank 1, and this one over here tank 2. Tank 2 is 10 inches lower than tank 1. Kept it lower on purpose because it's going to overflow from tank 1 to tank 2. Got an old metal ladder off the silo right there that we hooked up to the center mount here, that scaffolding or whatever you want to call it, hunting platform. We did put some cables on over the tanks to hold it down in case of windy day or whatever. You never know. I didn't want to take that chance. They're not really as heavy as they look, even though they're, you know, over 4,000 gallon tanks. They're not all that heavy. But pretty standard, simple deal here. You know, I'm just gonna pump the water in with the RO. And we got a series of valves that will mostly be open. These valves are here just, you know, when you're building it, you add some valves or whatever. Fernco over there. So if there is a freeze, it can push out. We got a flex pipe over there. You know, you always got to plan for the worst. And there's also a Fernco here for a freeze point push out. Does have, I don't know, 4 or 5 degrees of slope on it to run back into the RO. So this will be the fill and the empty pipe. So the RO will push it out here and it'll take it back in there. So, you know, in these times, you got to be wise. You got to be wise with your money and your time and efficient. That's an overflow up there, 3-inch overflow. Overflows down. We made some modifications to the RO, which I will get to later when we get the rest of the parts, when we get it hooked up. It's going to be flowing. It should be close to, geez, it should be close to 3,000 gallons an hour, you know, pushing 22 to 25%. I mean, I would think that would be feasible with the upgrades that we've made. But so again, a little more efficiency, and we're doing it all ourselves. So, but yeah, just to show you, you know, don't be afraid of a little bit of elbow grease to save yourself a ton of money. I have less than $2,000 into this whole setup, including the stone and the matting and the set of stairs that I had. They came off another set that we picked up. I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to be a little bit frugal and be smart and figure it out. So, any questions, hit me up.